I identify myself as a minimalist. However, when I look around my room, it doesn't really feel like Marie Kondo's. Nevertheless, I seem to still get the same benefits as those perfect minimalists. I spend little and I can save most of my money. I feel very happy and mentally healthy, and I'm productive with my time. So then, what is minimalism actually in practice? Today, I will share 2 ideas to make minimalism a bit more realistic. At first, they might not look all too minimalistic at all. However, they do give me most of these minimalistic benefits. Before going further, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. If you would like to share anything with me, you can do that by dropping a comment in the section below. If it is useful to any of your friends, please share this video. Spend money to move forward. Initially, I started with minimalism because I couldn't save money. So at the time, I had a job making good money. And I was living with my friends in a penthouse in Jakarta. We had a rooftop, a swimming pool, we had parties in the weekends, a PlayStation, we had a complete gym bar. And although we had lots of fun, I didn't really feel happy. Constantly, my finances would be worrying me. So I decided to downgrade to a smaller room. This one move completely changed my life. My rent was halved. I had no surprise electricity bills. I didn't spend money on alcohol, and I started investing. However, the downside of this enormously positive experience is that I would become a bit scarce and I would miss out on some opportunities. I didn't want to spend money on creating a website for that one business I want to build, so it never happened. I didn't follow the executive coaching program because it was too expensive. I didn't buy a book because minimalists don't have books, right? So nowadays I spend on what helps me move forward, because moving forward gives me a real peace of mind. I bought 3 books on product management. Without those books, I probably would never have started this YouTube channel. And after I read them, I'll probably just give them away. 2 months ago, I thought of starting a sous vide business. So I bought a sous vide machine, which I in total used 4 times. The chicken steak was delicious, but the beef steak was a bit horrendous. I quickly realized I was not going to continue that business. So was it a waste of money? I think not. I think actually buying the sous vide machine made me a lot of money. Firstly, I will just sell the sous vide machine on secondhand markets and get probably most of my money back. Secondly, it helped me realize not to do the sous vide business and instead focus on my YouTube channel. It gave me back my time, which I could spend much better in a different place. It enabled me to learn quickly. I failed quickly, so I could move on. If you have questions about making choices and time management, I made a video on that as well. It can help you make some trade-offs and decide where to spend your time. Because, as you know, your time is your most valuable asset. The second idea, never keep your place clean. Minimalism is often thought as this very aesthetic way of living, where everything is cleaned up, everything is shiny, everything seems to create some kind of peace. Typically, life is a little bit chaotic. You have wild dreams, a job, pets to take care of. In reality, allowing my place to get messy creates a lasting peace. Firstly, I can get an enormous feeling of rest from growing. Growing doesn't come from peace. Growing comes from chaos. It's experimenting. A dirty floor, an open book on the table, a dirty dish we couldn't wash because we had suddenly this brilliant idea. Allow yourself to make your place messy. Do something and find the peace of mind of a life well lived. Secondly, a messy place can positively influence my behavior and my identity. In the book, Tiny Habits, the Small Changes That Change Everything, B.G. Fogg explains how behavior works. It's an incredible valuable takeaway. B equals M-A-P. Behavior happens when motivation, ability, and prompt converge at the same time. And one significant conclusion that he makes is that people often think they lack motivation. Most of the time, they just lack a prompt. Let me give you 2 examples. I have these chargers everywhere, and they do certainly create some aesthetical disorder. By keeping them there, they create actually much more order. Having your chargers ready always makes sure that all your devices are always decently charged. It also keeps my productive and sleeping habits in place. I keep my laptop charger close to my desk, so by default, if I want to work, I will go to my desk. I keep my phone chargers plugged in away from my bed. This way, I will not be on my phone until deep into the night. I'm very proud of that hack. Let me give another example. My swimming goggles. I let my swimming goggles linger on the table. Every time I see them, I'm reminded that I'm a swimmer, I'm a sporter, and it makes sure that I maintain my habit. It works as a prompt. So leave your things messy. And don't get me wrong, because one of the first things I do in the morning when I start my day is I will quickly clean my place. I'll make my bed, empty the bin, change the toilet paper. Doing that daily gives me that sense of rest, and it gives you that foundation to grow from, to be messy from. I made a video about this some weeks ago. If you want to check it out, you can find the link above. These were the 2 ideas for making minimalism more practical. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click notification bell. You can also watch more of my content by clicking one of the other videos. Have an amazing day.